projectile problems number 5, and we're going to look at problem number 1, the bomber problem. Diving at an angle 53 degrees below the horizontal, releases a bomb at 730 meters in the air. The bomb hits 5 seconds later. We got to find the speed of the bomber, and we're going to find how far the bomb traveled horizontally during the flight, and then horizontal and vertical components of the velocity just before it hits the ground. This looks like fun, as all these problems are. So, all right, ground elevation, and here's the bomber at 730 meters, and the bomber up here. I'm not going to even pretend to draw this. In any case, it releases the bomb when it's traveling in such a way that, I don't know why I drew this. I was going to start drawing a plane and I just stopped. Anyway, it's not at the right angle. So we're going to launch a projectile, kind of like this, where there's a velocity here. And the angle is 53 degrees below the horizontal. So it looks like this. So, there goes the bell. What was the speed of the bomber? In other words, we need to find the magnitude of the velocity. Magnitude of the velocity. Okay. Well, we don't have, well, we have the time. This is really good. T is equal to 5 seconds. That's going to help us a lot. So because we have the time, we have everything about position. We know it's 730 meters from here to here. And we know this angle, so that's going to relate to the speed, of course, along with the initial vertical velocity. You know, I'll draw it over here. We have our Vy0 looks like that. We have our Vx that looks like this. So I'm going to use equation 5. Y minus y0 equals Vy0t minus 1/2 gt squared. I'm going to use that because I know everything about this. I want to get this information. And I know everything about this. So we can solve for Vy0. That's pretty good. Now remember, my starting point is y0. And that's 730. So basically it looks like this. 0, it ends at 0. Y is equal to 0 here. Minus 730 is equal to Vy0 times 5 minus 4.9 times 5 squared. And so we are then going to be able to solve for Vy0. Once we have Vy0, see, this is important. Why? Because V, the speed of the bomber, magnitude at least, well, the vector in the y direction, Vy is equal to V0 sine of theta. So V0 sine of theta, that's what Vy is. And particularly I'm interested in Vy0. So this V0 then, I'll just call it V0, the magnitude, is equal to Vy0 over sine of, actually, minus 53 degrees. So this is going to be our answer. That's why it's important to find Vy0. So back to this. Vy0 is equal to, I have minus 730. Over here, I got a minus, so I'm going to add 4.9 times 25, pi squared. And then we're going to divide it by 5. So when we plug that into our calculator, we get minus 121 meters per second. So there's Vy0, and then V0, magnitude of the initial velocity, is equal to minus 121 over sine of minus 53. So that's going to be a negative as well. Let's see what that gives us. Divided by sine of minus 53. That gives us 152 meters per second, approximately. So there's our answer. That is the initial speed of the bomber. Okay, B. On B, how far did the bomb travel during the flight? Well, we know that we just want Vx, and Vx is V0 cosine of theta. So now that we know V0, 152 cosine of minus 53. Now, the minus for cosine doesn't matter. 152 cosine of 53 gives us 91.5 meters per second. Keeping in mind that discrepancies between what I have here and what's on my worksheet answers may just be the difference between using g is equal to 10 or 9.8, and I don't care which one you use. So I'm using 9.8 right now. Whoops, that's not the final thing. How far did it go? Sorry, that's its speed. X is equal to Vx times t, so that's 91.5 times 5, so times 5, which is equal to 457 meters. There's the answer we're looking for. And now C, what were the horizontal and vertical components? Well, Vx is equal to 91.5 meters per second because it stays constant. So what about Vy? Vy is equal to Vy0 minus gt. So that's Vy0. What do we have? We had this up here. So minus 121, whoops, minus 121. Minus 9.8 times 5, 1, minus 9.8 times 5 gives us minus 170 meters per second, which is Vy final. And that is our final answer as well.